believe it or not. Right here on your Classic Metal Show, you just heard some Night Demon.
Ooh.
Night Demon, Curse of the Damned.
What? Night Demon on this show?
Night Demon, I can't believe it.
Might be the last time we can play it.
Well, you know what? The thing is all that talk at the very beginning of the show of someone who is willing to give you fellatio.
Mm-hmm.
I might be in line for some fellatio, Jackal.
Nice. I don't know that you want to look down and see Jim's luscious
I
face
don't
sucking your cock,
but,
do you?
yeah, I know, but you know what? There's a price to be paid. So if he wants to swallow my jizz for playing some Night Demon,
oh my God,
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and take off. Head back to.
Will you run your hand through his hair while he's sucking your cock?
No, not at all.
Will you tell him not to use his hands?
Yeah, don't grab my balls and get wicked deep into it or anything.
Yeah, keep your hands off my thighs. Just lean in and lean out, pal. Work that neck. Let's see some chicken neck in here.
Right.
Mm.
Look at him with the fuck you. I knew that would taint that whole Night Demon fetish he has.
And by taint, you mean his tongue right between your balls and your asshole?
Yeah. Exactly.
Ugh. Yummy.
Then he can wash it down with some Chianti.
You can wash it down with some fucking milkshake made from a Perfect 7 concoction.
Exactly.
So, I don't know if you were looking at the chat room at all. Probably not. But did you see that the fucking royalty police are at it again?
I did not aware of it. What did we say or do?
Not us. Stream Licensing, the company that blanket protects Uncontrolled Noize and a bunch of other stations, apparently fucked everybody.
Really? What happened?
They didn't pay the royalties. And now there's like lawsuits and shit. So
against the streaming company?
Against the streaming company, but the long and the short of it is it might we may be switching to unsigned comedians in between segments.
Really?
Or whatever, quick.
Is there a story out there somewhere?
No. I got it from Corey.
Okay.
And then I got it from Rob as well, that he might end his show because Corey might end his station because of the royalties.
Wow. Well, you know what? Just before we ended the CMS Radio Network music portion,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did sign up for that exact same thing because what was the other one we used and that one went out of business?
I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I remember it went out of business, so we switched.
Yeah, we switched because that was really the only one out there, which is the one that Corey uses.
Yeah.
And now they did not turn over the money?
I don't know. I don't have the full of it, and Corey's not in the chat room to call in. But I don't know exactly what it went. He sent me some info that I'm not going to put on.
I get it.
But it's a pretty significant bill.
Really?
I don't blame him at all if he decides not to pay.
Yeah, well, listen, I know what that cost. I paid for it for years.
Yeah, but imagine him with his station. That's all music. Well, yeah, I mean, we were doing the same thing. We were playing all music.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but it's ridiculous, and it's stupid, and it's going to fucking kill this kind of music. What it's really going to have to... I mean, this is really where it's coming to now. If these kind of bands are going to have to start making decisions that make sense, and this kind of shit's going to force them. If they want anybody to ever hear their shit, they're going to have to release it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not going to be any outlets out there anymore that can play it. That can play their music. I still haven't figured out how YouTube gets away with it. I don't understand how any fucking jackass can post a YouTube video of whatever song. I don't understand how that works,
mm-hmm.
but But yeah, I mean, yeah, he only told me this last night, and then he and I were texting a little bit today because I sent him a possible alternative, and he said that company's in trouble too.
Oh, boy.
So it's like, yeah, there's really not any companies out there doing it. So then you got to go directly to ASCAP and BMI and what's the other one? Whatever the other one is, and pay them each, and you know that ain't going to be cheap. So it's like, okay, looks like we're going to have to go to the archives and dig out all the recordings of the bands that have played for us on CMS shows that are our own property, because that's our property. That's not licensed.
Right.
That's CSAC. That's
so,
right.
So can you sum this up in the give us the long and the short of this? What is the crux of the issue here?
That the licensing hasn't been paid and isn't affordable.
Oh, well,
blanket licensing made it affordable.
Okay, wait a minute. When you say it hasn't been paid, what are you saying? That the people who subscribe to it, they paid in their fees, but the licensing company did not turn over the money? Is that what you're telling me?
That is how I understand it.
Okay, so basically they have not turned over the money.
Right.
So what are you saying? That the streaming licensing company pocketed the money and did not,
didn't charge enough.
So
I don't know the answer.
Okay. So you don't know if there was just a shortfall or they just didn't turn it over, period.
I don't know that. I don't know what happened to money. I do know that stations like Corey's got a letter that said this company did not do what they were supposed to do, so now you have to go to BMI CSAC or ASCAP.
Who did the letter come from?
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm way too fucking social here.
See, that's what happens when you got 90 apps to work with.
Yeah. I have like 15 things open here. I was texting back and forth with Tommy Paris.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Or tweeting.
What are you absconding with my friends now?
Hey, I have been friends with Tommy as well, pal.
Yeah, but I was friends with him first.
So?
You're like taking my friends.
I'm poaching. I poached your friend, so what? Now he's my friend, so fuck you.
Yeah, Tommy's my friend.
This came from, it just says the name is Max de Magistris.
Well, who is he from? I mean, who does he represent?
ASCAP New Media Licensing Team.
Okay, so he's from ASCAP directly, and he's informing, our.
I'll read it. I don't think that there's anything private about this.
Yeah, but I'm trying to set this up for the listeners here.
Okay.
So, ASCAP, and a representative from the actual ASCAP, is writing a letter to stations like our friend Corey over at Uncontrolled Noize.
Correct.
To inform him that the stream licensing company that he's been paying money to has not paid their fees.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay.
It says, thank you for valuing the music you use on your service by obtaining an ASCAP license via streamlicensing.com.
Mm-hmm.
Writing with some important updates.
Okay.
Regrettably, streamlicensing.com has not complied with the terms of its ASCAP license agreement.
Okay.
As a result, its license has been terminated effective June 30th, 2017.
Okay, so 8 days ago,
the license was cut.
It was the agreement between ASCAP, BMI, and Stream Licensing has been voided.
Correct.
Okay, for not fulfilling terms of use.
Correct.
Okay, got it so far.
Therefore, it can no longer provide you with the right to perform ASCAP music on your service after July 1st, 2017.
Okay, so we're 7 days in. So Corey, as far as I know, and again, I'm asking the question because I'm not making this statement. I'm asking the question, has he ceased operating?
No, he has not.
Okay, go ahead.
In the absence of the license, performances of music in the ASCAP repertory are unauthorized. So they're saying stop playing our shit.
Okay. Do we know what music falls under that category?
Ought to be anything that's been on a label.
Okay.
Because those are all, I mean, that's part of the signature on the label.
All right.
Signing with ASCAP or BMI.
Okay. I'm doing this for the fans.
Sure.
Who don't necessarily get involved with the business.
Sure. Thankfully, ASCAP has an easy-to-use economical license agreement for service providers, service operators such as yourself, via its new online licensing portal.
Okay.
Moreover, ASCAP is offering all stream licensing customers who obtain an ASCAP license directly from our portal a one-time courtesy discount of $50 in recognition of Stream Licensing's failure to maintain the license coverage that it sold to you.
Okay.
How sweet. 50 whole bucks.
Yeah, that covers about a month.
Yeah. Well, probably not that with, ASCAP's charging a whole lot more than
but the Stream Licensing, I know what the costs on that are.
Yeah.
So that's about a month.
Okay. To obtain your discounted ASCAP license agreement, simply go to blah, blah, blah from any PC, tablet, smartphone, blah, blah, blah. While Stream Licensing's ASCAP license will terminate on June 30th, 2017, ASCAP is affording all Stream Licensing customers a grace period through July 31st, 2017 to obtain an ASCAP license directly. So I guess that's the...
Yeah, that's the out. Yeah, that's the out for him.
Yeah. If you have any questions, please call blah, blah, blah.
All right. Do we know what did Corey reveal to you if he explored this and what if there is a cost difference between Stream Licensing and going directly to ASCAP?
He hasn't said that directly, but he has said that after the 31st, it does not look good.
Okay. The cost is substantial?
That's what I'm assuming.
Okay. Do you know if Corey would be willing to come on the phone and tell us about it at all?
Oh, let me see. Talking ASCAP fucking. Can you call in? Question mark. See what he says.
Because I'm just curious that if he's explored the fees, what the difference in the cost of the fees are, if there's a substantial difference, or if it's comparable, or if it's astronomical. Because I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either.
We stopped streaming music through the CMS radio network 4 years ago, right? 3 to 4 years ago.
Because of this reason.
Yeah, because of this reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I spent a little bit of time this afternoon thinking about, well, what would we put in its place? Mm-hmm. Would I go on the hunt for unsigned music and get a bunch of bags of shit that, obviously would come in? Or do we have enough stuff that's unsigned? How much American Dog can people take?
Well, it's true. And the thing is if you and I were to offer any kind of materials, obviously it would be our archive podcast stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's it. I mean, we could, but I'm talking about more for the live show. I'm talking about for this show.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We couldn't. Well, wait a minute. Spreaker covers this.
Covers the licensing?
Yeah, because other live streaming shows are on 24 hours a day.
I don't know if Spreaker does or not.
I think they do.
We'll have to investigate that. But we might have to kill some...
Well, we may not be able to broadcast through Corey's outlet if he chooses to pull the plug.
Yeah.
But I think that we're fine on Spreaker.
But I don't think we'd be fine on, like, cmsradio.net.
No, not on that. But we would go live through Spreaker.
Right.
Only. Because they cover that. Mm-hmm. Because there are live stations on there that play music 24 hours a day.
Right.
And they pay for the same service that we do.
Yeah. I mean, but they might have a license.
I don't think so, because I've never been approached about any kind of additional licensing fees for music.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything about talk only. It just says broadcast. That's it.
And there's plenty of people out there playing music. So.
There is.
He's at the movies right now.
Oh, okay.
But he said he'll call in next week if that's cool.
That's fine. Whatever. I was just curious.
Yep. Well, we'll get him next week, but yeah, that's that's where we're at. We're back at this fucking nonsense again.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I wasn't aware all this nonsense was going on, but that's why I rely on you to have your finger on the pulse of the social media.
Yep.
Since
I hope everybody's ready for some live aftershock. So we'll be playing the shit out of those.
Yeah.
Those and American Dog. What other bands do we have?
Well, we have a whole folder of unsigned stuff.
Yeah, that is true. We do, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Because we basically went that direction for about a month or two.
Right.
Because back in 2008,
mm-hmm.
there was that big issue at that point,
right.
that they were deciding in Congress what they were going to do about the fees.
Right.
And that's the time that the CMS made some headlines in the music news with KK Downing of Judas Priest.
Right.
Basically making his statement right here on the show about his thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure that Spreaker covers it. I'm looking right now, and I'm not seeing anything about licensing on Spreaker.
Well, somehow they get away with it. Look at all the stations that are on there that are playing music 24 hours a day. Look at the live stations that are on.
I know, there's tons of them. I'm not saying that...
Well, they're not paying any extra licensing.
I'm not saying... But they might just be operating illegally.
I don't know if that's the case. Because if something as large as Spreaker, if they were allowing stations or people to be streaming music illegally, they would have been shut down by now.
You would think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're out of the country. Is that where Spreaker located?
Well, I know they're a foreign company.
So maybe that's why.
I don't know the answer.
Maybe when you connect to their server, you're connecting to fucking France or something that doesn't have these bullshit.
Could very well be.
That could very well be it. So, whatever. We might be swapping down to Spreaker.
Yeah, well, it's served us pretty well since we joined up when you first came back at the show. Yeah,
I love Spreaker. Don't get me wrong. I know the fans fucking hate that 5-hour thing, and I'm with them. I hate it too. But there's things I would change about Spreaker. Especially since you're paying so fucking much a year.
Yeah,
you would think that we could have it so that it doesn't archive the live broadcast, but whatever. Just have to go in there 15 times a day to fucking clean it out.
Right.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to. We'll see where it goes, but whatever it turns into is what it turns into. We're not going anywhere.
No, we'll remain regardless.
Yeah, because we don't play enough music that it matters. That's really what it comes down to, is we don't play enough music that it actually matters, and between what we already have and the friends that we have, I'm sure we can come up with plenty of music to play.
Yeah, and the music is a very minimal part of what we do anyway.
It's just commercials.
It is.
It's time for me and you to go take a piss and get a drink.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
So